As far as the currency devaluations, I've been complaining about that for a long time. And I believe that we will all eventually, and probably very much sooner than a lot of people understand or think, we will be all at a level playing field. Because that's the only way it's fair. That's the only way that you can fairly compete in trade and other things. And we will be on that field, and we will all be working very hard to do great for our country. But it has to be fair, and we will make it fair.
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Okay, so we all remember that speech that Trump gave about level playing fields. You probably heard this a whole lot lately in the news. Trump was right. CNN News saying Trump was right about this thing. Trump was right about that thing. CNBC saying that Trump was right about this thing. Trump was right about that thing. It's crazy how all of a sudden these people are starting to admit that there were some things that Trump was right about. I heard the Fed chairman, Powell, talking about the possibility of returning to the gold standard. And he said along the lines, if the world returned to the gold standard, well, we would definitely be on a much more level playing field. Now, he just said that in passing, but this is the same thing that Trump spoke about. All the currencies being on a level playing field. Now, you understand why some currencies are more valuable than others, but does it have to be that way? If all things are equal, either a country has something that another country wants or doesn't. Gold standard is exactly what the world needs. Will that put us on a level playing field? Yeah, I absolutely believe it will. And it looks like a direction we might be going in. But understand that the powers that be are not going without a fight. You can still see signs of them pushing the world into a central bank digital currency. Now, they might tell the whole world, if you do the CBDC, we'll make it gold back. Therefore, you're going to voluntarily go to the central bank digital currency. Don't fall for that trick. That's a lie. You want a banknote. You want a paper currency in addition to a digital currency. I certainly would not go 100% into a digital currency. And you're going to see signs of this push happening in these articles today. So let's get back to Iraq. Let's talk about what's going on. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold, silver, or any other precious metals, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description, or just type in www.moneymetals.com/Pimpy. If you make a purchase when you follow that link, you will automatically be entered for a chance to win 10 free silver ounces. So get started today, and hopefully your stack will start to look like this real soon. So head on over, tell them Pimpy sent you. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera, Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join. Look me up and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey. Catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. So if you do want to head on over to Money Metals, just click it. And there you are. So come on over. Join us. I look forward to having you. Quick reminder, Silver Symposium's coming up September 29th through October 1st at Caesar's Palace over there in Las Vegas. Come out there and join us. You can see right here in this pictures, you got some heavy hitters that are going to be there. This is the time for you to come out, shake hands, ask questions, because in there, I'm pretty sure they're going to talk about the gold standard. This is something that Powell had mentioned in passing, and so did Yellen, surprisingly. So, is that a realistic goal? I just don't want them to try to trick us into the central bank digital currency by promising it will be gold back, because it's not going to work. That's just a trap to get us into the central bank digital currency. We need to just be on the gold standard, period. The link to this page is right down below in my description. If you put in there promo code Pimpy, you will get 10% off your ticket. I believe when you come to the door, they're going to be giving away a 1-ounce silver coin. And throughout the day, there's going to be all kinds of precious metals giveaways. So come on out there, join us. This is a great opportunity for you to learn a lot about precious metals and meet some of your favorite YouTubers. You'll see me running around there. Just come by, let's have a drink, and let's talk precious metals along with everything else. Also, some of you might have noticed that I've been posting a lot of videos over here on Pimpy's News Network. This is the one channel in which I could post things and get away with it without getting any type of censorship. So the link for this particular website is down below in the descriptions as well. These are things that I can't talk about on YouTube, unfortunately. So let's get back to Iraq. I know that's why you guys are tuning in. We know elections are coming up, but there are some more pressing things that I'm noticing. With cooperation between al-Sudani and Barzani, the Kurdistan regional participates for the first time in the Arabian visit plan. A source of the Prime Minister's office, al-Sudani, revealed on Thursday the participation of the Kurdistan regional president in the sending of 100 modern buses as part of the government's plan to transport and promote the Arabian visit. A source told the news that the Prime Minister's office proposed to the presidency of the Kurdistan region to participate in the transfer plan, and the proposal was supported and interacted by the president of the region, Barzani. So the transportation plan for this year differs from previous years, stressing that al-Sudani's directives are to rent about 1,200 large buses, along with 200 small buses, to add them to more than 2,000 governmental buses and cars, and to run 23 trains to prevent extortion and exploitation of visits during the transportation process from and to Karbala. We know that they're going to be expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of about 6 to 7 million people there. So this is going to be good. This should be a huge boost for the Iraqi economy. All right, here we go. This is one of the things I was talking about. Visa cooperates with the Central Bank of Iraq to promote awareness of the importance of digital payment. There seems to be some type of sense of urgency taking place. We're seeing now banks push faster than ever to get people into the central bank digital currency. They keep calling it paperless, cashless, or digital payments. It's just another fancy term for central bank digital currency. You can see right here, it says Visa, the leading global digital payment company, announced on Thursday its cooperation with the Central Bank of Iraq to promote awareness of the importance of digital payments, noting that the campaign has the support of the Prime Minister al-Sudani. Said the world's leading company in the field of digital payments, in partnership with the Central Bank of Iraq, launched an initiative to introduce merchants and consumers in Iraq to the benefits of digital payments and to raise awareness about the safety and security of these transactions. That's always what they're going to say. It has to do with your safety and your security. That's always the approach into pushing you into really bad situations. The initiative has the support of the Iraqi Prime Minister al-Sudani and aims to encourage the population of Iraq to adopt financial independence provided by the system of non-cash payments. The campaign, in partnership with the Central Bank of Iraq, seeks to build a secure digital payment system for merchants and consumers by reducing the use of paper money. Reducing, you mean they're trying to eliminate, is what it's going to do. Promoting cashless payments and contactless payment solutions, and empowering people through financial inclusion. I love how they say, well, we're going to include you in this. We're going to help you. You're going to be inclusive in this. No. They want to include everybody into a system that they control 100%. Make no doubt about it. So you can see that Iraq is going to be doing this in phases. In the first phase, the campaign will focus on educating the growing community in merchants and customers of Visa. Throughout history, merchants have been clearly cautious about using point-of-service devices, which explains the heavy reliance on cash payment solutions. That's not true. How many people do you know run into a merchant place and say, oh man, we're really skeptical of you paying with your ATM card or a credit card? No. It says, however, there is an increase in demand on digital payments in Iraq, where it is expected to grow by 14.23% between 2023 and 2027. So they're going to do this in phases. And it looks like everybody is gearing to try to make us a cashless society by 2027. I'm hoping when Trump said sooner than later, we will all be on an even playing field. He wasn't talking about the central bank digital currency. I'm hoping he's talking about the gold standard. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but that seems to be the push around the world, that the central bank digital currency will give us a level playing field. At the same time, the BRICS nations, I think, are the tool that the World Economic Forum, you keep thinking that these guys are fighting one another, but they seem to be very much playing on the same field. If the World Economic Forum's goal is to get us all onto the central bank digital currency, that's why you see the BRICS nations saying they're going to create their own currency backed by gold, and it's going to be digital. It's just a trick, in my opinion. You want to avoid any kind of situation that puts us 100% into a digital currency. That's why it's important for you to have gold and silver, something outside of the system. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to start introducing this in phases. Eventually, little by little, start weaning people out of cash altogether. I think this is a bad situation. I explained myself several times about this. This is another biggie for Iraq. I spoke about this before. Turkey has these huge dams built, and they are not releasing the amount of water that they had promised to release to Iraq now for years. And they're causing their rivers to dry up. Iraq needs their rivers to flow in order for them to have agriculture. That's a big part of Iraq's economy. If they can get their agriculture going again, they won't depend so much on just the revenue that comes from oil. They will have agriculture that they can rely on as well. Erdogan's Iraq's water envoy and a set of proposals to tackle the drought crisis. I love how they call it a drought crisis, when the truth of the matter is Turkey's just holding all the water. Come on now. So the Iraqi president, Rashid, during his reception on Wednesday, the Turkish president, permanent special envoy to Iraq for water affairs, stressed the importance of providing Iraq with the operational plan and indicating the minimum water release that reaches the Tigris and Euphrates basin, and pointed out the submission of a set of proposals. While the envoy, I give Erdogan exceptional attention to this file. Look, this guy has never ever kept his promise on the amount of water that Turkey would release to Iraq. It's less than half. I spoke about this in the past, that Iraq has threatened to blow up that dam. They'll get one hell of a flood, that's for sure. The presidency of the Republic said in a statement received by the news, a high-level delegation of experts and consultants specialized in the field of water, dams, irrigation, agriculture, and environmental energies. They are all meeting. So while they were there, they stressed that the relations between the two countries are deep and historic, and that the problems related to the water situations are not intractable or impossible to solve, and need serious decisions that are in the interest of the two countries and work to implement them. You notice that Turkey is trying to work out an oil deal to get the oil flowing again from Kurdistan, while at the same time trying to work out the water deal with Iraq, because Iraq is the one holding the cards as far as the oil deal is concerned. But at the same time, Turkey is holding all the cards related to the water. Yeah, I would make sure that the oil that I release to Turkey is pending that we receive the proper amount of water from Turkey. So they have to release the water before I start releasing my oil, would be my step towards getting this resolved. And then I would just monitor the water flow. I would continue to allow the right amount of oil to flow as long as the water stayed consistent. So that's why Turkey has been going back and forth between Kurdistan and Iraq. Kurdistan has their oil and it's not being released. Turkey wants to get the flow going again. Yeah, well, Iraq needs their water. And that's why they're over there talking with Iraq about coming up with a solution as far as the water is concerned. I would love for them to get their sticks out of their butt, release the water, so the farmers can start farming all over again. I know many of you have asked me about this article, so let's go over this. Finance Committee Chairman, new central bank track will maintain cash and exchange rate. So the head of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, Adwani, confirmed the path of the new central bank will maintain cash and exchange rate. The path of the new central bank will maintain cash and the exchange rate. I like that they keep saying they're going to maintain cash. Said the path of the new central bank will maintain the dollar and the exchange rate. The turnout rate on the electronic platform has reached more than 85%, noting that the central bank wants to deal with solid companies that disclose the financial beneficiary. He pointed out that border crossing do not collect more than 10% of the custom tariffs, stressing the need for there to be a determinants of trade in all its forms. Irregular trade has disrupted the Iraqi economy, noting that there are non-governmental routes that allow the entry of goods without fees. In other words, people are smuggling goods back and forth over the border of Iraq. Obviously, this is going to have some kind of effect on the economy if people don't have to pay any types of tariffs that they're supposed to be paying. Tariffs are a huge part of the money that is being generated over in Iraq, and that's why it's important for them to capture these fees. So there is a control over the sale of dollars through the electronic platform, stressing that the central bank has launched an initiative to support banks with housing loans. He went on to say the high-price investment housing projects must be reviewed, pointing out that the Iraqi Fund for Development aims to provide an attractive environment for investors. Baker Refinery will return to work again after returning its stolen materials. Iraq's military and Iraq's police force really needs to be strengthened. Having the presence of police officers out there, I think would be a serious deterrent on materials being stolen from a refinery. That is just crazy to hear. So this is the same thing that the central bank has been doing. They have been maintaining the cash and they have been dealing with the exchange rate. So nothing's different there. All they're talking about, and we're all aware of this, that Iraq has built a new central bank. It's a huge, tall building. So nothing has changed except for their location. That is it. So while we're over there in Vegas, there are going to be some people talking about the gold standard and the direction of where the BRICS members are going to go, the direction of the United States and where we're heading, and how realistic is it that we go to the gold standard. And if so, that would definitely make us a level playing field. This is why I want to urge you to come join us out there. All right, just follow the link down below. Come on out, use promo code Pimpy, and you will get 10% off your ticket. And like I said as well, they're going to be giving out silver. And how can you say no to free silver? Anyways, I look forward to having you out there. And that is it for now. Let me know what you think, and I'll get back at you later. I'm out.